Jennifer Lockwood is your class speaker. The Provost Selection Committee chose Jennifer for this honor from a group of outstanding candidates nominated by our academic programs. Jennifer graduates today with a Master of Arts degree in Rehabilitation Counseling, a degree she will put to use in her career devoted to helping children and families. Jennifer originally came to Western nearly 20 years ago, wanting to be a marine biologist. That began to change on a trip to Romania the summer before her freshman year, where she worked with kids living on the streets, in prisons, and in orphanages. After starting her freshman year at Western, she had an opportunity to return to Romania. After working again with Romanian children, she felt a strong calling to devote her professional life to helping people. When she returned to Western, she changed her major to Human Services. After graduating with her bachelor's degree in 2000, Jennifer served as a hall manager and a dean of students for small boarding schools in Alaska. She later became a parenting skills specialist for the Brigid Family Support Center here in Bellingham. Now that Jennifer has completed her master's degree, she plans to continue working at Brigid Collins. She will also be working to become a certified rehabilitation counselor and eventually wants to be a licensed mental health counselor in a private practice. For now, Jennifer looks forward to spending more time with her family. Please welcome your class speaker, Jennifer Lockwood.
Graduates, university faculty and staff, friends and loved ones, thank you for the honor of your time today. It is humbling to be here with you, and I'm grateful to be in the presence of students that have worked so hard for this day. Congratulations to all of you and for all that you've achieved. When my youngest daughter was 3, I told her she could do anything she set her mind to. She replied, "No, I can't." When I asked her to clarify, she said, "Well, I can't have gluten." Some limitations we put on ourselves, others are placed upon us externally. It's up to us to determine their value. From a young age, I had an adventurous spirit. I remember my mom saying to me throughout the years, "Jennifer, you can't do everything." Technically, I suppose she's right. I can't do everything. But evidenced by the gray hairs on her head, I've certainly tried. In June of 2000, I accepted my bachelor's degree in Human Services from Western. It took 13 years of adventure for me to finally settle on a graduate program, and I chose Rehabilitation Counseling. I am proud to have returned to Western and grateful that a graduate degree is possible for a working mother of 2. During the interim between my degrees, I learned how to drive buses, learned to surf, went skydiving and hit a tree, backpacked hundreds of miles, raced in triathlons, danced on a beach on the Arctic Ocean, biked through Denali National Park, rafted down a waterfall, swam with dolphins, lived in the Alaskan bush, met a few bears and moose along the way, got married and had kids, and even worked in my field of study. It does happen. I share this not so that y'all head to your nearest tour company and follow in my footsteps. What I'm suggesting is that we all take pause and consider what our ideal day would be if we didn't have constraints, and then find a way to make it happen. What fills you up, makes you impassioned, and brings you boundless joy? Instead of finding reasons why you can't do something, say yes instead and make it happen. Let's all set out to live our lives without regret for what we could have done. In 6th grade English, we learned about poetry. One poem remains in my long-term memory, likely because it's short, but also because it's always challenged me to champion my own dreams. Langston Hughes wrote, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." Let's not be afraid to chase our dreams. Even if we can't make them all come true, at least we can say that we're living in the process. One thing I've learned throughout my adventures is to appreciate even the littlest things. My dad's job with the US government required that we move around frequently throughout my childhood. We moved to Germany the summer before 8th grade, and I lived there until I graduated from high school. In my junior year, a war occurring in Bosnia and Herzegovina left a country devastated, and hundreds of injured survivors and their families were evacuated to the military hospital in our area. I met kids my age that had had shrapnel embedded in their skin. I saw children much younger than me who'd experienced so much tragedy and trauma, more than I could ever know. Do you know what I realized? Despite all of that, each one of them really embraced life with gratitude and joy. These people who'd lost everything, all outward signs of success, who were living with uncertain futures on cots in a military gymnasium, with nothing but donations they'd received from the Red Cross, were joyful, playful, and even happy. I also had an opportunity to spend some time in Romania. One day we were out meeting and offering meals and basic care to kids that were living on the streets in a big city. These kids, I learned, really had very little access to food and fresh drinking water. We're literally living in sewers and ditches next to what can only be described as rancid toxic waste. One boy approached us as he'd recently cut his finger on broken glass, and as I helped bandage it, some of his blood dripped on my hand. As I realized what had happened and looked around for some water, there was no fresh drinking water left, as we'd given it to all the kids already. Another boy approached, grabbed my hand before I realized it, and poured his fresh, precious drinking water to clean my hand. I learned a lot that day about gratitude and generosity and what was really valuable in this life. Stressors are all too consuming in this world. We experience them as loud noise that distracts us from what's really important in this short life that each of us has. I encourage us all to lower the volume. Realize that offense is a choice. Don't take things so personally and assume the best intent of others. Tune into those things that are calling you. Those things that make you feel alive, bring you purpose, contentment, and peace. I'm not suggesting that you abandon all responsibility. Rather, broaden your scope of responsibility to include those things for which you are passionate, and let go of that which isn't yours to own. I can't promise you'll easily achieve success by societal standards, but who cares? Redefine success, measured by the person you want to become. Be grateful and celebrate the little things each and every day. I have not achieved my academic success and vocational successes on my own. Thank you, Dr. Susan Kincaid, for being a professor that challenged me to think harder and be better. And who 15 years after being my professor, continue to be a mentor, a friend, and a member of my family. Thank you, Dr. Beth Boland, for being honest, genuine, and so very skilled in your mentorship. You have believed in us, have taken care of us, and we all know it. Thank you, Dr. Dana Brickham, for your generosity, kindness, and constant encouragement. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Thank you, friends and loved ones that have graciously accepted my absence in support of my dreams to be here today. And I am forever grateful for a husband and children that have sacrificed just as much time as I have for my degree. They might be the only people that are more excited for me to end this adventure today. We can't all eat gluten, but that doesn't mean we have to be intolerant to fun. So go, create, experience, embrace life, and if nothing else, be happy. As Elbert Hubbard said, don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, for those moving remarks.